so, Bobby. It's defeat on the road against the league leaders. What did you make of the match?
Tough place to come to, I know that. I've just sat my boys down after. I don't really like to talk after games, but I just said to them what a shift they put in. With all the injuries we've got and a few players missing and stuff like that, it was a tough day at the office in certain areas, but I have to say, I think everyone would agree I never ever go for a referee, but the referee today has sent off Teddy Howe because it was a personal thing. He even told me that. I just went and had a chat with the ref, and he gave the penalty because their fans shouted handball. He didn't even see it. If it was handball, I don't know. I'll look back, but 100% you would definitely get at the leaders today, who are a very good side, but when we're 2-0 down and then we have a chance to score in the 6-yard box and we don't score, that's becoming a little bit of a common thing now in the last 2 games. But what I have to say, my boys put in a shift, didn't they? They kept working for the club, kept working for the badge, but tough one to take today, but not a tough one in my boys. My boys were unbelievable to not play so well on Saturday and then turn up today. You know, listen, when I talk about players, I need to mention Josh today in my interview. We've lost him now for the rest of the season. He's out for the rest of the season. I found out Max is out for the rest of the season as well. Now Ant is suspended, Teddy is suspended. You know, tough one to take when you're losing people like Josh and Max, 2 of my best players, and then to lose Dan Roberts today and to lose Brandon and then to lose Charlie. They're falling down quite quick, aren't they? But the boys turned up today, they didn't dwell on it, they just went for it, and we played some great football at times, and how many times we put the ball in the box in the second half, and then I think they had 2-3 chances right at the end there when they went down to 10 men, but we kept working even when we went at 10 men. But the difference is they take their chances, we didn't take ours.
So, as you've mentioned about your squad being noticeably thin this afternoon, even Scott Rees having to be hauled off, I assume, due to injury, does that make it quite difficult as a manager to make kind of meaningful changes with quite a small pool of a squad to pick from?
Well, today was the first time that we struggled with the squad, didn't we? Now people might see why we've gone quite big at the start, because what actually happens in non-league football, especially the first 6 to 8 weeks, you get lots of injuries because they're still getting up to it. They're playing on AstroTurf. Yeah, Scott Rees had a niggle, but remember, he's not fully match fit because he hasn't played. Frankie's not match fit because he hasn't really played. That's why I played him in the 23s. And then Norman, fair play to Norman, he got a late phone call today. Can he get on the train and get up here, even though he's got food poisoning? That's why he got here like just before 2 o'clock. So a lot of credit to him for doing that as well. Nahum's got food poisoning as well. Like literally, there's a list at the moment. But listen, we can't dwell on that. 11 against 11 today. My boys put in a shift, play some great football at times. They're a very, very good side. I think they will win the league. But what I will say, we came here and we kept digging in and we kept working. And that's one thing I am proud of. Listen to the fans at the end. The fans won't clap you unless they see that you worked hard. So I appreciate all them travelling today as well. There's just very hard situation behind the scenes, you know, especially when you finish today and you've lost one of your best players for the season, and then you find out this week you've lost your other best centre midfielder for the season. You know, that's why we've not been keeping any updates, because we've been waiting. But yeah, to lose both your centre midfielders now for the season, quite frustrating, that one, especially as a manager. When you're trying to build a good squad and build a good team, you don't want to lose your best players, but now we have to get out there and we have to find someone now who can fit in, and we need to still work on a few of these that haven't had a lot of game time to get some minutes. I have to say, Kelvin at the back today, he had to step in at centre half. I thought he was excellent today, especially when last week he was injured, well, the week before. So I have to say, credit to everyone to putting in a shift.
Finally, we host Maidstone at home in the league on Saturday. What will preparations for you look like going into that one?
Recover some players back in Thursday. They're full time, and they're right up there to most probably one of them. But like I said to the lads there, it's never how you start, it's how you finish. We picked up some great points. We played against 4 of the top 5 from last year. So I'm really pleased. Like I've said in the past, I think I've gone 2 seasons where I didn't get a point in the first 15. You know, you're building a side here, but I have to say, everyone stick together, make sure it's all about the next game, but we're coming against a team now that are full time, so hopefully we could get a side out there and start playing. But listen, that's football. We'll be ready, we'll compete. We better play better than what we did Saturday at home. We owe the fans a good hard working performance and some good football like today, because it was 2 different games, wasn't it? Saturday we didn't turn up, and there's no excuses. Today we turned up against a very, very good side who I think will win the league. So let's wait and see.